Good day to all the viewers. Once again, you're with Jemima Samalo, and welcome to our second episode of Healing That Flows from Within. So just a quick recap of the previous video for those who did not watch. And basically we're talking about what is emotions, and we learned that emotions they are actually feelings which are being given by God, and we went deep into it. How do we express ourselves with our emotions, and how Jesus and also how Joseph also has expressed himself when he was going through difficult time, the moment of pain, the moment of sorrow, when he encountered his brothers. And then we spoke about that it is okay for you to feel the way in which what you are feeling, because you're going through a difficult time. But today we're going to talk about healings that flows from within, but then we'll be focusing on the matter of when you're going through pain, what happens. Okay, so we said that it is okay for you to feel hurt, for you to mourn, for you to cry. We know that your mom did that to you, your dad, or your husband, or your brother or sister. Some sort of of betrayal which you went through. It is okay for you to feel the way you're feeling. But today we'd like to discuss that many people don't know that during in that time of weakness, during in that time of them being in pain, being in the season of mourning, is the time when they're actually really, really weak, and they're actually very vulnerable, and the enemy can take advantage of that. Many people don't know that once you are weak, the enemy take advantage of that. Let's take this scenario. Imagine if you're from the gym, you all have energy, you're sweating, and you're ready to fight. Do you think a thief or anybody can fight you? No, because you are physically healthy, strong, fit, and ready to fight. But then if someone wants to attack you, probably when you have had a huge hamburger or hot dog you have eaten, and you're full and you're much relaxed, so basically the enemy will come and attack you by your weak point. So your moment of pain or of sorrow is a moment of your weak point. And many people, if they're not careful about their lives, their destinies has been changed. So we look at in 4 ways in which the enemy can take advantage of that in the moment of your pain, of your sorrow, of your suffering. First thing first, we see that many people disconnect themselves from God. It's the opportunity for the devil to tell them that no, come out from what? The faith. You have been praying for it and it didn't happen, it didn't take place. What you see is only a disappointment. Why are you serving this God? I have seen and I've heard that many Christians who have left Christianity because things did not go according to their way. And not only because things did not go according to their way, it's because the enemy took the advantage of when they were in their weak point. Maybe they lost a son, they lost a daughter. Now the enemy took advantage of that. They're no longer Christians, they've backed down from the faith. And the second thing again which the enemy uses against many people, which is changes their character. Many people, they may not maybe leave Christianity, or abandon Christ, but then through that moment of pain and sorrow, the enemy takes advantage by their character or their personality is being changed. In a case that you found out that because another woman came into my marriage and destroyed my home, so even me, I'll be doing the same. I'll go to every home and every marriage and destroy it. And every other woman or person will feel what I felt. That's why you have a society or a slogan whereby people say that hurt people hurt people. We're living in a world or in a society of people who aren't healed. We see that someone used to be kind, used to be beautiful, used to be loving. All of a sudden she has become rude or disrespectful. She doesn't fear authority or anybody. So personalities or character of people are being changed. Someone becomes rough, someone becomes a thief, someone becomes a rapist, because in that moment of pain, it's easier for the enemy to put things in their mind and to change their character and change their personality. Or if a person who has been infected, through some other diseases or infection, because they were infected, they go out there and they begin to infect other people. they begin to kill other people. They begin to cause war, they begin to cause division. So you see that mindsets are being changed, personalities are being changed, because many people in that down moment, they don't know how to control themselves, and they open a door or they open a window for the enemy to come in. In your moments of pain and sorrow, it's very easy for the enemy to have access to you. And the last thing that the devil does, or the enemy does, it is to kill. Because that is the most easiest way to destroy a life or to destroy a destiny, than changing your personality, than trying to torment you, or making you to abandon your faith. The most easiest way is to kill you. That's why you see that many people, when they're going through that pain and sorrow, the enemy make them to see that as if there's no hope. They have come to the end of everything. When you see a knife, all you want to do is to kill yourself. When you see a pool, what you're thinking about is just you drowning yourself. When you see a chemical, all you think is you drink some poison so that you die. So we are very, very weak in this moment, and it's very, very important for us to be strong spiritually. Yes, it is okay for you to be weak emotionally or mentally, but always make sure that when the enemy comes, the enemy finds you that you are standing strong spiritually. When we read in the Bible, we see that Jesus Christ was after fasting. And we see that the enemy, the devil, came to tempt him, because as usual, he comes and tempts people and destroy life when they are weak. So he uses our weak moment or our weak point or season. He says that no, if you're a son of man, turn this stone into bread. Knowing very well that Jesus Christ was from fasting, and he should be hungry, or he is hungry, he'll want to eat. Yes, the reality is that yes, Jesus Christ was hungry physically, but spiritually he was full. You see, that is why your spirit needs to be stronger than your physical, or than your emotions, or than your mind. Do you see? So because spiritually he was full, there's no kind of temptation in the body or physically that will make him to turn the stone into bread for him to eat. So spiritually he was full. When the enemy came and found him, he found him that physically he was hungry, but spiritually he was strong, and spiritually he was full. So even if you are weak, make sure that you are weak emotionally, physically. The enemy or people may see you down physically, but spiritually you are strong, spiritually you are standing. Because remember that the enemy, as far as he can go only to destroy only the flesh, only the physical things. But it's hard for him to touch the spirit. If he touches the spirit, it means that you open a door, an opportunity for him to be able to touch it. That's what the Bible said, that we should be more scared of a person who can destroy both the spirit and the body, and not only the body, because the devil is limited. So that's why your spirit should always be strong, should always be standing. That's why it was hard for Job to curse God. Yes, physically he was hurt, he was mourning, he was sick, he was going through all the pain. People saw him weak physically, but spiritually he was standing up. If a man or a woman who has a spiritual eyes will see that no, this man spiritually he's strong, but yet physically he's weak. That is why even when the enemy came and speak all those things, whether through his friends, whether through his wife, he didn't give up. His wife even said that no, in this bad situation, it's your time for you to disannounce your faith, or to leave the faith, or even for you even to curse God. But because spiritually he was stronger than his physical situation or what he's feeling, he said, no, I would rather not curse my God. So it is okay for you to feel the way you're feeling, to feel hurt, to mourn, to cry. I know that the period of healing may be different according to situations. We cannot measure that. But make sure that the enemy does not take advantage of you in your weak points. Always make sure that spiritually you are standing strong. You can cry, you can mourn, you can take time for you to heal, it's okay. But do not give access for the enemy to reach you. Thank you so much, and remain blessed. Till I come back again, my name remains Jemima Samalo.